Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber and today's video is a beauty related video where I test out a new product from Kaleidos makeup. It is their Flower Punk eyeshadow palette. Guys, it's gorgeous. I also want to say that I live in mainland China, so like Kaleidos products can be shipped to me really fast compared to like other places like overseas in the US and any other countries. So you guys can see what it looks like before you like want to purchase it, because I think they said this is going to be a part of their permanent collection. So yeah, I really don't have much to say before we start, but if this is the first time you're here on my channel, my name is Amber, nice to meet you. On this channel I do Sims videos, makeup videos, talking videos, and music videos. If you're interested in any of those, please hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you again. Recently, I found out that when I'm recording videos, I tend to repeat a sentence again and again just to get the most professional sounding take, and I just think that's really tiring, so I'm not gonna do that again. Let's get started. So before we actually jump into the review of the palette, I want to show you the, little box that it came with. Guys, the artwork on this is just immaculate. I really don't have much to say. Like, obviously this is not the box that the package came in. It also came in like a white bubble wrap kind of bag, but I don't need to show you that. You've seen it 1,000 times over. This is just gorgeous. They're making the packaging a whole experience for their consumers, and I just frankly love that. And a lot of my friends tell me that they think Kaleidos as a brand really fits my aesthetic and my vibe. So like, Kaleidos, please put me on your PR list, ? I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking, I'm not serious. This is the actual packaging of the eyeshadow. I really like the design of the plants and the little cage thingy over here. And it says Kaleidos, and you can see the little leopard animals behind it. I think it's super cute. It fits with the whole theme. On the back it has the formula. I'm not sure what you're gonna get, but mine is in Chinese, and it does state every single formula for every single shadow. So I think that's pretty nice. It's, a good indicator for those who are allergic to some ingredients, and that's kind of cool. The outer packaging, or the unit carton, is designed very delicately, so when you open it, you kind of just feel bougie. You feel like you're really within the theme, and I think that's what Kaleidos does really well on. This is what the actual eyeshadow looks like. You can see my camera from the little mirror. I really like this mirror top, actually. It looks just nice. I don't know how to describe it. And this is what its butt look like. Just, symmetrical, floral, butterflies, cuteness. I guess the most intriguing part of the packaging is that it's a slidey, kind of magnetic packaging. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I know a lot of people who are actually very interested in this. I stand somewhere in the middle. I feel like it's unnecessary, and when I use it, I'll just slide it a little bit and take off the whole entire top, or the mirror, the cap. I don't know how to appear surprised, so this is what the colors look like. I love those colors. You have your aqua greens, or like aquamarines, your pinks, and your yellow, green, dark greens. Those are very gorgeous colors, but they can get a little tricky when it comes to pairing the shades to, make a very special looking eyeshadow look. I don't want to spend too much time on swatches today, so I'm going to split them in color categories. The first category is the aqua, mint colors. The second category is the pinks. And the third category is the yellow, green, poopy green, foresty green colors. I also want to mention that the ratio between the mattes and shimmers are actually very nice. You have 6 mattes and 3 shimmers, and I think by having more mattes, you are more likely to create a more cohesive look, so that's always nice. Today's video is a review, so I'm going to try my best to put all the shades on my eyes. If I run out of space, I'll just put them on my face. I will also have a video later that is going to be a tutorial on 2 or 3 looks using this palette, but Kaleidos palettes are always very inspiring to me, so I can do, 10 looks, 20 looks without any issues, so let's see what happens. I zoomed you guys in so you can see how the eyeshadow blends, but if you think my face is too overpowering, then mind your business. I forgot to mention that before I started filming, I already did my foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, and brows. I will list them in the description box below, and go check them out if you're interested. I have a vision in my mind. I'm not sure if it's going to turn out cute, but I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to take the shade Mint Fever, which is a matte mint aquamarine color. I'm just gonna put it on the first half of my eyelid. Usually before I do a review video, I'll try some looks before I film it, but today, this is like the actual first time using it. I'm impressed, so far. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little splotch over here, on my like double eyelid crease. I'm gonna layer it on, see if it actually helps with getting rid of the patchiness. Yeah, I think it does help. Okay, good. I think there's gonna be some fallout, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. It does have some fallout, so keep in mind. I think this looks really, really nice already. I'm gonna put another color down. Every time I do a review video on an eyeshadow palette, I just do like a split color look. I just have to do what I have to do, guys. Yeah, the more I use it, I think the kickback, or yeah, the fallout isn't that bad. I feel like it's just because it's pretty softly pressed. I don't know, guys. I don't formulate makeup, I'm just a makeup consumer. While I'm blending, I feel like I already have vision for other looks that I can create with this palette. So you guys will need to wait for that video. I think it's gonna be more enjoyable than this one, just because there's more looks and there's just more aesthetically pleasing looks. This just going to be a look where I test out all the shadows, so it's not gonna look that cute. Sorry, guys. This is how the shade looks after it's blended out. I think the blendability is really nice, and you can definitely see the color being there, very like bam bam. Good job. The next shade I'm gonna take is this shade called Golden Age. It is an olivey mustard yellow. I think it's a very unique shade. I use the Verimona color switch to, you know, just take away the blue from this eyeshadow brush. So even though the bristles are blue, there's really no blue pigment on it anymore. And this yellow shade actually goes very well with the blue. It looks kind of beachy. I'm gonna do this eye now. I think a very nice thing about Kaleidos eyeshadows is that they're very versatile. So if you want to like blend them out and like very blown out, it's gonna look very cute. And also if you want to layer them, it can also look very cute. I don't know why that is, but that's magic. One thing I literally forgot to mention is that when you look at the blend between the two eyeshadows, the blue and the yellow, you can see the gradient of a green tint in the middle, and I think that's really cool. That's what I mean by their eyeshadows are very versatile, because you can literally make a new color. Cool stuff. The next shade I'm going to take is Chlorophyll, and I'm gonna put it on the first half of my lower lash line, or here, okay. It is very pigmented. It does show up. It's a very light shade, of course, but speaking of showing up, I don't know if it's gonna work great on people with darker complexion. I really hope it does. I decided to be a daredevil now, so I'm gonna take the shade Peach Soju and take it all over here, so like the outer half of my lower lash line. Great. Before I did the other eye, I was like, if I mess this up, this is gonna look so bad, but it doesn't, so let's do it again. It's very pigmented, you can see the color right off the bat. And the blendability of those eyeshadows are very nice, and I thought this shade is too light to show up, but it does show up, so that's great. I'm blending this pink shade a little bit more towards the front, so I can leave more space for the pink and kind of just blend the pink and the green together better. Nouveau. Okay. Thank you. I said I was gonna mix it up, so I'm gonna actually mix it up by taking the shade Nouveau. I looked up the pronunciation for it. Don't come for me. I've never learned French before. And I'm gonna place it over here on the top eyelid to deepen out my outer crease, outer eyelid. Same deal. If I mess this up, this is gonna be really ugly, but I really hope not. So pray for me, guys. Ooh. Oh, okay. This actually doesn't suck, guys. This looks great. I feel like when I put down this pinky brown on top of this green yellow, it just looks very nice. It looks very delicious, warm toned. It does deepen out my outer eyelid area. Great job, guys. I'm actually pulling the shade a little bit upward and outward. First because I just like that shape for a very like colorful eye look, but also we really don't have that much eyelid space, so let's just extend it to the temples. I'm gonna do this other eye too, and this dark shade or dark brown shade is actually very nice because it's not like overly pigmented right off the bat, and it is actually very good for beginners because they wouldn't really be stuck with an eye look that is super dark and unblended. That being said, it's also very pigmented, so I really like this shade. Oh my gosh. This eye look is so summery. I love it. Oh, Before I go and deepen out my lower lash line area, I did add more pink, so you can see you can actually layer those eyeshadows so they look more vibrant, and you can also blend them out so they can look more blended out. That's great. The next shade I'm going to take is Earthship, which some people might say it looks like the dark green and sci-fi green palettes, but I sold my sci-fi green palette so I couldn't compare, but I think this is a really cute shade. Actually, this isn't turning out that bad. When you blend the green on top of the pink, it just looks like a cool tone brown, but it also still has a mossy tone. I think it's really cool, guys. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye. I think the pink is being blended away a little bit, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more pink on top of what we just did. Alright, I think this is what my eyes look like with all the matte shades from the palette. Yeah. It's complicated, but like, it's gorgeous. Like, I wouldn't wear this outdoors just because it takes too much time to do, but this is great. This is very, very pretty. I feel like by me doing this, you can see the blendability, the color payoff, a lot of properties of an eyeshadow, so I think I'm doing great. I'm doing great so far. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to take is this shade called Sun Gazer. It is a greeny gold shade, and I'm going to put it right over here. So basically right where I put the color chlorophyll. Oh! I am putting on this glitter shade. So far, guys, oh my gosh. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to take is this shade called Aloe Clove. I'm going to put this all over the area where I had the matte mint green. I'm putting this color on my eyes, and you can see it just goes so well with the shade underneath. I mean, obviously they're from the same color story. Okay, I think this is what my eyeshadow looks like. This is the finished look for the eyes. I'm not gonna use that pink shimmer shade on my eyes just because I feel like it's gonna be too like crowded and too loud. So I'm gonna use it as a highlighter. Okay, so this is what I look like after I put on mascara. I think this just ties in the look all together. It just makes the look more, I guess, delicate. And I also did put on a blush because I decided to not use the matte pink in the palette. So I took the Judydoll blush in the shade 25. It is a warm tone pink shade, so it works really well with the warm outer corner and the pink on the lower lash area. Great things. For highlighter, I'm going to take the shade Stained Glass in this palette, and I usually don't like to use a pink highlighter, but you know, we're trying things out today, so let's do it. I'm putting it on the tip of my nose. By me using it as a highlighter, you can also see how nicely this shade works with a brush, so that's great. Oh my gosh, it's... My camera battery just died, so let's keep going. It's okay. I personally don't like to use a brush for my like glitter eyeshadows, but I know a lot of people who does. I've already done the highlighter for my nose bridge, and brow bone. Now let's take a bigger brush and just dip into that shade and use it as a highlighter on our cheeks. It's very pigmented and very glittery, or I guess just blinding, not glittery. Oh, it looks more purple in person. I don't know what you guys are seeing now, but yeah, it's very purple and very smooth actually. Smoother than a lot of like glittery highlighters. I feel like there's a lot of people who can pull off a good purpley pinky highlighter. I'm not one of them. It's okay, but I'm jealous. I think this eyeshadow is duochrome because when I'm putting on the highlighter, I'm sitting on the chair. There's a lamp right behind me, so when the light hits my face from that angle, I can see a really pretty gold shift. It's just very pretty. Oh my gosh, it's a very wet looking gold. Before I give you some final thoughts, I am going to put on some lipsticks. The first one I'm going to use is by the brand Bidi. It's a local brand. It's in the shade B16 Quimera. It is a light nude shade. It's very pretty. And the other lipstick I'm going to use is the Perfect Diary Pink C01. It is a terracotta, my lips but better nude kind of shade. I'm going to put on a nude shade first. It's a very nude shade. I'm just going to smack my lips together to blend out the color. I'm then going to take the Perfect Diary color and just put it in the middle. Still blending it out nicely. When I look at myself from the viewfinder, my lips look kind of yellow, but it's actually not that yellow. It's just a very pretty nude shade. Anyways, before I end this video, I want to give you some conclusive thoughts on this whole palette. The first thing is the packaging. Like, I don't need to tell you how gorgeous it is. Look at it. Like, it's so gorgeous. When it comes to the actual packaging itself, like, I do worry if it's going to slide out and like open on its own and then my eyeshadow is just gonna be ruined. So I'm still keeping the unicarton, and also the magnets aren't super strong on these. So by keeping it, it's like I am giving the palette some protection, but I'm also like just giving myself a little pizzazz when I use a palette, which I really don't mind. I can also understand why they kept the strip of black on the packaging, because if you cover it, it's gonna just look too skinny, so they can't really show off the whole like design on the artwork. I don't know, this is just me trying to make excuses for them, but I am not super crazy about the packaging. Also, I don't mind, so I'm very neutral on this. The eyeshadow itself, it speaks for itself, honestly. You've seen me put on all the shades on my face or eyes, and they just work out great. They are pigmented enough, they go with each other color-wise, and they're blendable. They also are blendable with each other. So I just feel like I really don't have anything negative to say about these eyeshadows. They are very high quality and just great eyeshadows, guys. I also have a few random things I want to say about the whole launch. Before they actually announced the products they're launching this time, they did actually post a few pictures without showing the actual products, but showing some artworks and just telling people what the color story is going to be. Yeah, I just think it's actually very smart because they're able to tell people what colors they're using without showing the actual products and remaining that mystery. I don't know. I like that. Another thing I've heard people say is that they think this palette looks very Melt Cosmetics. I would kind of have to agree. Some people might say like a black background for the packaging and like strip eyeshadow pans isn't invented by Melt. Of course it isn't, but there's some similarities. For example, these 4 shades, they look very similar to their, I don't remember which one, but maybe Gemini or 420. But basically they have a very similar like color story. I don't think by using a similar color story you're copying them, but also the format is really similar. That just makes me think otherwise. Another thing is that they have little embossings on those 3 shades, and Melt Cosmetics does that a lot. And so I was just like, okay, there is some similarities. So I think in the makeup industry as well as music industry, fashion, anything, it is just like people copy each other all the time, and it just depends on how you do it. You can make the exact same color story without making it the same thing. And you know, I'm pretty neutral on this. I'm pretty torn as well. We can talk about it in the comments. I don't know. I don't have many things to say about the palette anymore. I usually would give a rating if I'm doing a, review, but this time there's a lot of things I'm considering, so I just, I'm too tired to give a review. I do like the formula. There are some things I'm torn about, but I really enjoy the palette in general. And I think that perfectly concludes this video. If you like my video, if you like my style, if you like me doing reviews like this, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, comment down below anything, like the video. YouTube things. My next video could be a Sims video, but also could be a tutorial video still on this palette. I don't know, it depends on my mood. And I don't have anything else to say, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!